Hey, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. Hey, this brother Obadiah from New Wine Congregation. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of who the world calls God. By Hashem just means in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is who the world calls Jesus Christ. In this video, I'm going to touch on tonight, man, through the Spirit, is going into the Grim Reaper, man, and how it relates to Jesus Christ, or Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. This is supposed to be him, and people probably thinking, what is he talking about? He tripping, he crazy. I remember I had a discussion, me and some brothers were talking about this. I think a brother brought it up. I can't remember which one of my brothers brought this up. It might have been brother Nashan, if I ain't mistaken. He brought up, how the Grim Reaper is supposed to be Yahweh Shai. And I'm gonna prove that, man. I'm gonna prove that everything, they put stuff in shows and movies. They know the truth. That's where they get these ideas from. They not just coming up with these ideas how to make these movies for like out of nowhere. They're not coming up with end time movies out of nowhere. They're not coming up with these superhero movies with these people with supernatural powers. They're not coming up with these ideas out of nowhere. They're getting them from the Bible, and they put their own little spin to them. But I'm gonna show you, Lord willing, through this video, and it's just, this just an edification video, man, just to be like, dang, bro, I've been hearing about the Grim Reaper my whole life. I've been hearing about him, and I never put two and two together. It'd be like, dang, it's talking about Christ, man. Cause, all right, first and foremost, I'm gonna get it. You see, he got red eyes, right? And his skin real dark, right? He's supposed to be a so-called skeleton, but when you normally see him with his hood on, you see his red eyes, and he look real dark. His skin real dark, like you can't even see his face. Now that goes back to, see, they got some more pictures of the Grim Reaper. See what I'm saying? Where they get red eyes from? Why all of a sudden this man got red eyes, and when he put his hood on, it's like he dark, like burnt brass, right? Well, when you go to the depiction of Christ that was mentioned about in Revelation, there's just one reason how we know that this is talking about. They're trying to relate this to Christ. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14 through 15. His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet are like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So it's going into his eyes is red, right? Yahweh Shah, who the world called Jesus Christ, he got red eyes. And then it's going to his skin, how his skin like burnt brass, meaning real dark. So he had dark skin. So when you go back to the Grim Reaper and you just go and just look at the I gotta put his eyes, because sometimes they don't want to show his eyes. When you go back to it, right, and you like, dang, hold up, get the images. And they got costumes of the Grim Reaper and everything. When you go back to it, like go back to a picture. What it said? Did I pass it? You're like, dang, hold up now. This man looks scary. He black. He got red eyes. That's going back to Yahweh Shai. And let me get more in depth now. Y'all see what he got in his hand. You see what he got in his hand? That's called a scythe. I might have said it wrong. But it's called a scythe. Now when you look this up, right, see what they do. That's an actual tool that farmers use in the fields. So you look it up, right? Just type it in. It says a scythe is an agricultural hand tool for mowing grass or harvesting crops. So remember that it's known for mowing grass or harvesting crops, right? Now check this out. Check this out now. Y'all stay with me now. Y'all stay with me. Y'all stay with me. It says the scythe is an image that reminds us that death reaps the souls of sinners. That death reaps the souls of sinners, like the peasant who harvests corn in the field. Now think about this. I'm gonna make this make sense. I'm gonna make this make sense. So a scythe is known for harvesting crops, right? They say what the Grim Reaper uses is to, so it reminds us that the death reaps the souls of sinners, like the peasant who harvests corn in the field. Now, why do they make the so-called Grim Reaper have a scythe in his hand, right? Why? Like, what's the point of that? What's the point of him having that in his hand? So when you go to this, right? Because you know the parable in Matthew 13. What is the Yahweh Shah coming back to do? What's that? What I want, Matthew 13. What is Christ coming back to do when he come back on the scene? When he come back and make his second return? It says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, did not thou sow good seed in thy field? So this is a parable going into, sowing, right? A person sowing good seed, the wheats and the tares. This is a parable going into that. Now let me keep going. From whence then have it tares. He said unto them, an enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, without then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together into the harvest. In the time of harvest, I would say to the reapers, the ground reaper, right? I would say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So this is going into how you have farmers, right? What I was just saying. And what do farmers, when they do this, they have in their hand? When they doing when they harvesting crops, when they separating the wheat from the tares, they have a scythe. So this is they are going to the parable, right? And they're relating it to the parable relates to what Yahweh Shai gonna do when he come back. He gonna separate the wheat from the tares, right? He gonna get all the reapers and they're gonna separate the wheat from the tares. And they made a character called Grim Reaper that got red eyes and he's real dark, looks scary, and he got a scythe in his hand. There ain't no coincidence. Now check this out. She'll like it. Hold up, my bad. I was looking at something. I wanted this right here at the bottom with it highlighted. Usually a skeletal figure who is often shrouded in a dark hooded robe and carrying a scythe to reap human souls. So he carrying a scythe to reap human souls. It was another definition that I wanted, man. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to see. All right. I'm looking. I already looked it up. I'm gonna look it up again. It says the scythe is an image that reminds us that death reaps the souls of sinners, like the peasant who harvests corn in the field. So why it says now the Grim Reaper, it says his whole goal was to snatch souls, to take human souls. Now, what Yahweh Shai gonna do, Jesus Christ, when he make his second return, what is he gonna do to a lot of people? He's gonna kill a lot of people. Let me show you this one precept. Now it's a lot of them, but I'm gonna just pull this one. Going into what Yahweh Shai gonna do, who the world calls Jesus Christ. So he's coming back to take human souls, the same as the Grim Reaper. It says, "Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garment?" Matter of fact, I gotta get. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom, which dyeth thy garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel?" So he red in his apparel because he gonna have blood on him from all the killing that he's doing, from all the human souls that he's snatching, like the Grim Reaper. It says, "And thy garment like him that treadeth in the wine fat." So his garment gonna look like he treadeth in the wine fat, like he got a whole, like it's gonna be real red. It says, "I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I would tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury." This sounds scary. This sounds like the Grim Reaper, right? We seen the shows with the Grim Reaper on it. He looked scary. You know what I'm saying? He was a scary figure, right? But this sounds like something that's scary right here. This is where they get the Grim Reaper from. They get him from Yahweh Shai. It says, "And the blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the years of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I would tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I would bring down their strength to the earth." So yeah, man, that's going to Christ's second return, man. What he gonna be doing? He gonna do a lot of killing, right? So bear with me real quick. Let me see something. And then when you look up this, what does a reaper do? That was mentioned in Matthew, what I just read, and we talking about the Grim Reaper, right? So what does a reaper do? It says a reaper is a form, implement, or person that reaps, cuts, and often also gathers crops at harvest when they are ripe. Right? So this is like what we just reading about with the wheats and the tares. And it was another parable, right, that was going to the same exact thing. This is talking about Yahweh Shai, man. Right? They not slick, man. What is it? Because it's another parable going into sowing and reaping. They got that from the Bible, man. I ain't gonna get the whole thing, but I'm gonna get just a few of it to show you. It says, I'm gonna start at 3. And he spake many things unto them in the parable, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them. Right? It says, some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched because they had no root. They withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung and choked them. And others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, and some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Right, so that's another one going into sowing and seeds, and you know what I'm saying? That's talking about that's the going back into the Grim Reaper, man. Cause you need that is known for the scythe is known for I'm gonna read the definition right there. A tool used for cutting crops such as grass or wheat and tares. What we just read, the wheats and the tares, and the scythe that the Grim Reaper have in his hand is used for cutting wheats. With a long curved blade at the end of a long pole, attached to which are one or two short handles. Right? So think about this, man. This is talking about when you go to the Grim Reaper, again, this is supposed to be Yahweh Shah, man. This is supposed to be who the world calls Jesus Christ. They make him scary. Yeah, Yahweh Shah coming back. He coming back scary, man. He's coming back. You know what I'm saying? The chop heads off, if I'm being honest. He coming back. He not playing games. He's not gonna come back looking all sweet. He gonna come back scary like this. You know what I'm saying? So this supposed to be Yahweh Shah, man. He got the red eyes, got the scythe. Going back to the parables and the scriptures, we're going into the sower sowing the seed, the wheats and the tares. It's just why would they make the Grim Reaper with red eyes? And why is he holding that in his hand? And it says he's supposed to be reaping human souls. What Yahweh Shah coming to do when he come back to the sin, the people that's in sin? Right? So Lord willing, this video edifying. Lord willing, somebody got something out of it, man. Hope it makes sense. Hope it makes sense, man. But with that, I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I say Shalom and Kwame Asherallah.